And I will say from following your account, like now that I mean, I've always been following you on social, but now that I'm in the BAMX, I'm getting all those newsletters. I do see it because it's in my daily emails, and then I'm more likely to click on Byron's, YouTube video. So I feel like I'm engaging with your content so much more now because I have that email newsletter. It's like the wheels are kind of churning with me too. And I've been talking with my husband about it. I'm like, okay, we got to change our newsletters to make them like more, putting different types of stuff in there, make it more fun. So people are kind of more excited to see what we're sending out. I can't say I have like the best newsletters right now. So that's like one thing we're working on.
I mean, Jason Pantana talks about it all the time, just embedding your Instagram posts into your newsletter. So if you do a market update video, or you're doing a cool showing video, or you're doing a behind the scenes at inspection video, something like that, just embedding that into your email newsletter, crafting a little blog on it, or crafting a little text around it, and just sending that to your database. That gives you something to send to your database, right? It doesn't always have to be a new listing or a market update. You could just send all of your content throughout the week. There's this guy, Ben Balak in Beverly Hills. That's what he does. He sends his podcast and he says, like, what you missed on social. And it's just all of his clips. Your newsletter is just, I've never been more bullish on something in terms of like platforms and content than this. I just know that Instagram, you just have no idea what's going to happen. Like the last 48 hours, even it goes in so many waves where it just feels like you can put up a piece of content that you work so hard on that no one's going to see. Your newsletter is going to get opened. Your newsletter is going to get delivered, and it's going to be appreciated by the people who actually read it, as opposed to that content. So make your newsletters, basically. Because Shannon called us the 10th pillar, or the 10 pillars. I feel like I need another one. But I think getting out of your comfort zone is another aspect to this. I hated doing stuff like this. I hated doing any sort of video content. I hated doing podcasting. I got so uncomfortable. I hated being in front of the camera. But I knew as like this was the problem with my brand, is that it was just me kind of behind the golden key, just pumping out memes, and that no one was going to relate with me. No one was going to take this seriously. No one was going to even trust in the brand until I started talking about these things that I know that I'm good at in terms of marketing, and actually being on long form podcasts that could get the clips, and just making sure that I'm being in front of the camera as much as possible. Like before I started doing these podcasts, I'm telling you, I sucked in front of the camera. I'm still not even that good, right? It's all about just doing stuff that will take your brand to the next level, but is going to make you extremely uncomfortable. So even if you have to read a prompter during all of your scripts, or during all of your market videos, or, putting yourself in a situation where it's a friend that's filming you, or it's someone that you're not going to feel uncomfortable with, like that shit at the beginning is very, very important and will take your brand to the next level. Because if you're just kind of hiding behind the fact like, I don't want to do blogs, it makes me uncomfortable, I don't want to do video, I don't want to do this, then it's just going to put kind of a stamp on your digital brand. You're not going to grow as much as you could. So that would be the 10th one.
In terms of blog posting and stuff like that, there are services such as like Embedding that will create these emails for you using quote unquote local information. Do you suggest that we kind of invest time on our own to create something that's a little bit more branded to us, a little bit more hyper local, or are using things like that useful?
I mean, that's a good starting off point, but provide your own commentary on these, just like you would green screening an article or something that is about some local information. If you provide like, okay, this restaurant just came out, here's my review of it, here's what I liked, here's my favorite dish, that's so much more personal and will be so much more appreciated by the person who would not just want to read something that was typed by AI, or that was clearly just like a template, just sending random stuff to people. So put your personal touch on it, even if it's just like 3 or 4 sentences, but where they could actually start to hear your voice. Because another aspect of the digital brand is when you see the broke agent tweet or post on Instagram, you can kind of hear me talking, right? I don't know, depending on how long you followed. You want that same information, or you want that same feeling when you send out an email to someone. You want it to feel like, oh my God, this is Kyle talking to me. Like, this is Kyle's voice. This is what Kyle likes. Kyle made a sarcastic comment about this coffee shop. He doesn't like the long lines, or whatever the case is. You need that personal touch. That's what's going to separate it.